down. I'm the one you call when you need a chin up or down. I'm a tin rattle man, I'm working all day, getting those stakes in the ground no matter what they say. From sunrise to the night, I make sure everything's right. Yeah, I'm a tin rattle man, I'm working all day.
We're back again with another episode of Under the Vinyl Management Media Podcast. Oh man,
I forgot how to do this, Nate.
I had to remember how to do this for a minute. It's been a while since ARA. But Kyle, how you doing, man?
It's good. It's great to see you, Nate. You know, I saw that beautiful picture of you and your wife the other day. You look so good with that beard. You kind of look like the guy from Hunger Games, though.
Hey, you know, I'm just trying to keep up with my wife. That's all. Just trying to keep up with my wife.
So you gotta do.
But yeah, that was a great event. That was fun. Just in time for me to jump on a plane and head to Houston to help our good buddy Darren Randall out down here.
He's our buddy?
Yeah, something like that. I'll tell you, I'm ready to get my ass home, though. It's been a week of nothing but weather. It's either been pouring down rain or absolutely humid as hell. So I'm currently sitting in a pool house where it's 80 degrees. Yeah, so love you, Darren. Thank you. This episode of Under the Vinyl is brought to you by Anchor Tents and Clearspans, a fifth-generation family-owned company making tents and clearspan structures right here in the USA. Anchor isn't just about selling the best products on the market. They share decades of experience and stand beside you as you grow your business. Anchor's craftsmanship and engineering give you a peace of mind and will allow you to use the equipment for years to come, season after season. For the next generation of rental owners and installers, Anchor aims to not just be your supplier, but a trusted partner helping guide you into the right products to grow your business. Call to be connected to your sales rep today, 1-800-544-4445, or visit their website at anchorinc.com.
Hey, if you see him today, which you probably won't because I don't think he comes to job sites very often, can you remind him that he owes L&A some barbecue for the Super Bowl?
I heard that.
Still got that.
Something about the Patriots or something Brian said.
Yeah, he put some money on it. He offered us free barbecue that he'd send to the warehouse for the guys. He still hasn't done it.
Love that. Well, Kyle, what you got going on these days? What's going on up in the north?
10th season's finally here. H2B guys came in this week. I had an interesting Monday morning trying to pick them up from the airport, trying to get 20 guys through the airport. Luckily, I know some Spanish, but I was definitely getting some looks, wondering why I was herding them through an airport. But it's good. It's always chaos the next day when they actually come to work, when you go from like 10 employees to 35 guys you're in charge of.
Yeah.
But we're surviving. We got some work to do. I hit the road tomorrow down to Virginia for a job.
Very nice. So you got all your guys in. You end up getting everybody.
Everyone's here. Thank God.
Was there a process that had to kind of derail that for a little while, or were you fully confident you were getting everybody?
You're always skeptical for a while because you're trusting a lottery and the U.S. government to give you what you need. But I've been pretty certain now for like 6 weeks that they were coming, so it's been good. The process was much slower this year than it has been in the past. So usually they're here by April 1st, and now they got in April 20th. So it's not the end of the world. You plan for that, but
right,
it could be scary.
Well, I know at one point you were just praying that you would get them in general. I think there was a time where you thought you weren't going to get anybody. So at least you got them, right?
Yeah. I had backup plans in place already. That's hey, in this business, you have to plan for everything.
I mean, we've had some jobs that have been coming together on a Wednesday and deployed on a Monday, and we're herding everybody together. So we've made it happen. So shout out to these labor companies and everybody else that are willing to jump right in. What do you? Let's talk about your year. How's your year looking?
Anyone you see on these Facebook groups, everyone's, my bookings are out. My bookings are out. But I'm not saying they're lying.
Okay,
I don't.
Yeah,
I think
I was trying to,
and maybe Nate, it's because you and I deal with bigger tickets. I'm seeing people looking at dollars and cents a lot more now. They're trying to cut back where they can. I don't think it's going to be a banner year. I think it's just going to be a normal year. So I'm just going to try my best to track overtime and things like that, because that's where you can really lose your butt on things. But,
yeah. I feel like that's kind of where we're at. We got a good year ahead. Everything's looking pretty good. The books are pretty full. We can definitely take take on some more work, as we always do. You're going to take those last minute jobs, but I feel like that the way that the trends are going are everything's becoming more last minute in the way of a month out, maybe 2 months out, not 8 months. I mean, we beat this horse up before on other podcasts, but I feel like everything is coming together quicker and faster, but larger. So it's these large events, but they're coming together really fast.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm kind of at that point too, where I feel like is it going to be a banner year? I think we'll do pretty damn good, but I think that could be better. We're not necessarily there yet, but it's going to be a lot of last minute stuff.
Yeah. And you know what? It leaves you the availability to do that work as long as you have the crew and the product. So that's always a good thing. Or have friends with it. That's what matters.
Well, I think the biggest thing is having the product, right? And so for us, I mean, that's why we're able to, it's really funny. Actually, on this job that I'm currently at right now, the planner said, "Hey, can you jump on this podcast with me real quick? Would love to talk to you about what you do," which is really ironic. And so I got over there and he's putting the microphones on. And I was like, well, this is normal. I said, we should just cut your tape and put it on my podcast so that we can just keep everything recorded. And she was like, "Hey, we can do that." She goes, "You have a podcast?" And I was telling her a little bit about our industry as a whole, because this planner works a lot in this industry with a lot of bigger companies and things. She's very high end, and she was saying that they didn't quite understand the industry as a whole. So I was telling her a little bit of how we got the Safe 10 initiative going on and how we're pushing the safety and the quality and trying to push us more into career. And they had no idea, and they were mind blown by that. And just all the years that they've been working on this, and she started.
Well, Nate, look at us right now.
School. Yeah.
You and I are both sitting here in safety vests. 5 years ago, that'd never be a thing.
No, not at all. Not at all. And it's just ironic that, these people don't know and they don't understand it. And what we do, like this job that we're currently doing, our guys are busting their ass, and it's been, should have been about a 7-day project that we're probably going to finish in 5. And everything had to be craned in over a roof, and there's some other logistical nightmares, but we were able to get it done. And that just goes to show you what these guys are capable of and how this is more of a career and how it is a specialty driven industry and not just a job. I mean, these guys are out here busting ass and pouring down rain all day long. And I was right there with them, and they didn't say a word, not complaining one time that they were soaking wet and when it was pouring all day on Tuesday and Monday. So just goes to show you, like, these guys are not afraid to get it done.
We just got to get the pay scale where it needs to be. That's the hardest part.
Well, yeah,
and that comes with being able to charge what we should be able to charge, which we all know that.
Well, and I think we're slowly moving in that direction a little bit, but I think that, being able to charge what we need to charge, especially stuff on the fly, like, the inventory that we have is not everybody has it, unless you're one of these huge companies. And I mean, we all know these really huge companies, right? And we're kind of in that niche group where we're not that really big company, but we're not that really small company, but we have the inventory like the big companies. So we're able to big brother. And that's what I was kind of telling them on the podcast is Chattanooga Tent is really good at big brothering. And in that way of, hey, I need this. Do you have the labor, or can you just send all the product and a project manager? We just did the NFL draft up in Pittsburgh with Able Rents, and they called us up. We had the product. They had the labor. We sent one guy up there, actually 2 guys, a lead and an assistant, and we went up there and did the draft. So same thing like we're doing in Houston now, helping Darren. We're really good at that big brothering thing.
Well, a big thing for me recently, I've been talking to people, is you're only as good as your connections, really.
Correct.
Like, your connections are what make or break you. I have people ask me all the time, "Do you have this?" I'm like, "No, but I'll find it." Like, what do you mean you'll find it? Like, no, I can put it in a group text. There's 8 of us in there, and I guarantee someone in that text will say, "Yeah, I got it. No problem. What do you need?"
Yeah.
And that's,
is there really 8 of us in that your text now? Is that another one?
I think there is. No, I think there's 8 of us in there now.
Okay. So I was actually talking about that on the podcast too, is we have that group text, and the 8 of us make up the whole United States from left, right, top, bottom, all the way to the center. And it's just crazy that, we can make one phone call. And I mean, let's see, 3 out of 8 in that group text have worked on this project that I'm currently working on.
Sure.
So it's pretty cool.
No love for Kyle on that one.
hey, you were just a little too far.
It's all right.
You didn't have what we needed. We actually had everything. We just had shout out to Austin for the 5.4 meter legs on the 20 meter. But yeah, no, it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah.
So just trying to get through this, and then moving on.
Yeah, on to the next one though. That's the problem.
Hey, I'm on to vacation actually. I am taking my wife, and we are going to Napa next week on Wednesday through Monday. And this is a vacation to not only celebrate her 40th, but also to celebrate her foot cancer. So
Jesus.
we're gonna have a good time. There's about 14 of us. Hey, actually, you know who's gonna be joining me while I'm out
Thanks for
there?
the invite. Kevin Vasquez.
Kevin. He's right down the street. So
I'm in the
Do a
wrong
wine
business,
tasting.
gentlemen.
we're gonna be doing a little wine tasting. That'll be good. What do you
I'm in
got?
the wrong
planned?
business.
What's your job?
I'll be in Virginia on this job.
Pretty big
It's 25 by 25. Look at it. It is 25 meter by 25 meter, clear top.
Okay.
Shout out Chattanooga Tent for the tops because I didn't want to buy them. Look at that, big
See?
brother.
Look at that. Hey.
Look at that. It's so funny. You know, me and my dad have been talking. We quoted so much work to other rental companies now, like just helping them because they don't want to buy structure. You know, same deal, just big brother them. And it's
Yep.
one of the guys that I've started working with a lot. It all started of us sitting at a bar at a trade show,
Yeah.
and we became friends. And yeah, it's awesome. That's why I love this industry, is because you don't. Yeah, we're
But-
competitors, but we're really not.
Would you say that was something that at least even 5-6 years ago? I mean, I think that going into COVID, everybody got so competitive. Coming out of COVID, everybody was trying to be so competitive. Everybody was freaking out that they were going to lose business to other people. And then before COVID, I even felt like it was like people didn't really work well together. I mean, people work together, but I mean, you go back and look at it, like some of the big businesses that was afraid of Chattanooga Tent to come in and take their business. Hang on one second. Hey, somebody's coming out right now, okay? Back into the
This guy taking phone calls in the middle of the podcast.
I've had a Sprinter van calling me for the past 10 minutes. He was supposed to unload, and I told him it's 8:20, and he's called me 6 times, so I had to take that. Anyways, yeah. So I feel like before COVID, people were just afraid of people coming in and stealing business, and I don't feel like that's necessarily the case anymore. There's a lot more calling and saying, "Hey, are you doing this job?" There's still those people out there.
I'll be
But I
careful
feel
what
like
I
it's
say.
getting
I'll be careful what I say, but I think people in my area are starting to get competitive again because they're getting worried. So they're just, you know what? I'm not in a race to the bottom. I refuse to join the rat race. So you know what? Let them have it. If they want,
Yeah.
they want to do it for cheaper. Let them do it. That's my new
Well,
philosophy.
Well, that's how it's got to be. It's got to be to the point where you got to make money at the end of the day. You know, I'm not going to the bottom either. And we've lost a couple jobs this year in Nashville that were some decent sized jobs. And there is a race to the bottom there, or hey, I just want to cut you out, and I'm not willing to do that. I actually did. I don't know if I want to call anybody out, but I'm gonna. So there was a company that called me yesterday. I had a structure that I put up at this venue all the time. I do a lot of different tents there. And I was going to get my new structure shipped in early because this client really wanted this new structure. Was getting it shipped in a couple weeks early so I could put it up before the other wedding. And she was all for it. She asked me to come down on pricing. I didn't really want to come down on pricing, but I came down on pricing a little bit because it was at the venue that I do a ton of work at, so I didn't want to piss them off. So I came down on pricing, told her that we were going to get it in time. And then she ghosted me. Never heard back. Venue didn't hear from her. She booked it, but didn't hear from her what she was going to do on the tent. Didn't hear from her all week. And then all of a sudden yesterday, I get a phone call from somebody in town in Nashville from another competitor, but we still talk and we help each other out a little bit. And he told me that he was putting it up and he measured the wrong holes and didn't realize it wouldn't fit, so he had to switch the size and then asked me if he could sub-rent some walls for me. It was just, it was very interesting. And Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those things where it's like people are taking the work and people are, racing to the bottom to get that work, and we tried to accommodate, and I just can't keep doing that. So I'm not going to do that.
It's not worth it.
So if you want it,
Less work, more money. That's my philosophy. Yeah.
Work smart, not hard, and I'll continue to work on projects like this, and currently what we're doing right now, and I can't really share a lot more about that project right now, but I can share it later. And this is what we do. We had this thing come together really fast and in a hurry, but Mike Collins said in the text, this is what we do, and this is who we are. We make stuff like this happen, and with big projects like this, we take care of it.
This job started in the group chat too, Nate.
This job did start in a group chat, and it left the group chat. How about that?
Yeah, look at that.
That's ironic, but yeah. So I think it'll be good here. We're just not gonna.
That's the advice of the day: is get a group chat.
Get a group chat. Find your friends or just associates.
Oh, we're friends.
Just associates that you would like to talk to in a text.
You did tell me you loved me yesterday. I don't know if you remember that.
I did. Yep. I was delusional. We're tired out here. I want to get home, but we're good. Everything's good, so can't complain.
Hey, by the time this drops, you'll be home in bed.
I will be 11 o'clock tonight. So
nice.
Funny you. Well, Kyle, you got anything else?
I got one more thing. Let's do it. Let's do the Brian Richardson suggestion. Fan question. Do you think manufacturers should offer sub-rental programs?
Yeah, that is the quote. That is the quote of the day from Brian Richardson. I have a few more things I'd like to ask you, but I'm gonna ask that offline.
He's Brian Richardson's very fired up about it.
Yeah, we won't name that vendor. We'll let him name that vendor. But yeah, give us some votes on that, and we'll see where that goes. But
yeah,
appreciate everybody tuning in, and finally after a long hiatus after ARA, and we'll continue to get some more content out, and looking forward to some good stuff. Kyle?
This has been another episode of Under the Vinyl, brought to you by Rental Management Media.